All right.
All right. Hey, what's up? 12 o'clock, 12:03 actually to be precise. We are here with our Monday episode of TRS Live. Zach's here. What's up, Zach? How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, my friend. We're busy working on stuff for head-to-head this season. Joined to my left here, another new guest here. We're just dropping all kinds of new guests in here. You may recognize this gentleman's face from any head-to-head type stuff. What's up, Trevor? How are you doing, buddy?
Doing good today, Matt. Doing good.
Good. Trevor is going to be helping us with some filming stuff again for 2020. Hopefully some head-to-head stuff, some other kind of fun stuff we got in the works. So he wanted to come in today and be a part of TRS Live and learn a little bit behind the scenes. So you guys came up here about 11:15-ish.
11:15.
Yep.
You guys get through some stuff here, setting it all up.
Absolutely. Yep. Learn a lot of information about what goes into putting in together a podcast. It's not just as simple as filming it and throwing it up or whatever. Just lots of working pieces.
Well, and obviously we got some pretty technical gear here. Zach tackles that stuff pretty good over the
Yeah.
at times. You got a good
words.
handle on it all the time. But tell us what are you doing right now for schooling and everything like that?
So I'm gonna be I'm a sophomore right now at UW Oshkosh. I'm majoring in radio, TV, film. So I'm going into my spring semester for this, taking 3 radio, TV, film classes this spring semester.
Nice.
I also do filming for UW Oshkosh football, so I travel with the team and film practices and games and stuff. So
Really?
working on that. So yeah,
So, I mean, that's his full time then once football season
yeah,
starts.
yeah. It's
Every practice you film?
yes, every practice.
Holy smokes.
Usually there from about 3 till 8, and yeah.
So then do you have to like edit anything or you just put
Yeah, so we use Huddle, and I guess
Yep.
you know what Huddle is or whatever, but for folks that don't know, it's basically a website where you can put all your game practice footage, whatever you want to put up there, and I have to intercut all of it, so basically making every single play from 3 different angles line up for like 250 plays.
Really?
So, yeah, it's a little bit of work, but
How long does that take you then?
2 hours,
Oh, okay.
so not
You're
too
the
bad.
only one doing that? Or
No,
is it-
no, we usually have more than one person doing it, but a lot of people like to dip out, but I stick around and I do
Atta
it.
boy.
So
Is that a paid position through school?
no, it is
That's
not.
all volunteer
No, yeah,
work?
it was. So
It looks good on a resume.
it
though,
does,
right?
yeah. You do get a couple credits or whatever for internship credits, but no, it was not a paid position. But you get a free gear, get to travel with the team and stuff.
Right.
So it's a fun gig.
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. There's quite a few people joining us. What's up? We got Steve's on, Eric's on, Larry's on, Megan's on. So how's everybody doing today? So today we're just going to kind of catch up over the weekend. A couple of football games happened over the weekend. Some good for depending on what kind of fan you are. Some bad
Yeah.
for depending on what kind of fan you are. Zach got to do a little bit of snowmobiling, some ice fishing this weekend.
Yeah, it was an interesting time.
How was it? We had a snowstorm blowing here in Wisconsin on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, had like a short-term worst nightmare for somebody out ice fishing on a lake is getting lost. You know,
Right.
that was amazing.
Now how far north were you?
So from Appleton, it was about, depending on how you drive, 3 to 4 hours, depending on the weather.
So you're up there a little
Yeah. So
ways.
if anyone's familiar with St. Croix rods, I was about a mile down the road from their factory.
Oh, okay,
Right on
nice.
Butternut Lake. My family has an island, the big island on the lake, and then we rented a cabin across the lake, and for all the old guys to actually have heat, and we didn't really.
So that cabin on the island there's no electricity whatsoever.
So there's a generator in the summertime,
I was gonna say.
but in the wintertime they don't run it just because there's only like maybe 2 weekends out of the year that people go up there in winter.
Yep.
So they just tear that down to and winterize it. So you get up there, there's an LED solar light at the front porch, so when you walk outside in the middle of the night, you got a little bit of light. Otherwise, it's all propane, gas lanterns.
Oh.
So you actually have to like run the clicker so that it strikes it and lights it on fire. You got the heater, the furnace for the place, which surprisingly this weekend wasn't as cold as last year. Last year at night it was getting around like -20, and so like the cabin temperature got to I think 12 degrees.
Nice.
This year, at actually the downstairs 2 stories, the downstairs got to about 50 with the nice weather. So the heater actually worked this year.
Oh, that's not bad. So that's obviously a propane heater too.
Yep, propane, and then
Runs off a 20-pound cylinder, I'm guessing.
no, we've got basically a pallet. There's multiple families that own into the island that are all one family, but just spread out.
Yep.
And they at the beginning of the year just go in on a huge pallet of like the big like actual like
Oh,
big propane
oh,
things.
Like
Like
tanks,
oh.
yeah.
we have a shed that has like 12 giant ones in there, and then you just when one runs out, the guys grab it, throw it in a separate pile to
Yep.
go and refill it, and then the other ones just get swapped.
Is it
in.
only boat access to this place?
Yes. Yeah. So it's
Or
boat access
snowmobile.
only.
Or
For-
so, yeah, or
Yep.
yeah.
For depending on the season.
a
Yep.
drone. You can
Yep.
drop a drone over there.
Right.
So you
But-
fished a little bit though?
Yeah, we fished all day Saturday. I went to St. Croix for live bait when we first got up there, and I asked him like, so how's the ice reports been? He goes, well, the ice is finally firmed up, but the fishing sucks. And I'm like, and I'm
Perfect.
looking at him,
Great
scooping
weekend.
my bait, and I'm like, so you want to sell bait today?
right. Let me
Like-
just put these right back in it.
Yeah, but no, it was funny. And then we fished all day Saturday. Wow, did mostly tip up fishing. I mean, they're not hardcore. We had a guy from our cousin from Florida came up, and an uncle from Florida came up, a bunch of people, and the guys, and we did a lot of tip up fishing for walleyes and whatever, and we caught one walleye.
Nice. Hey,
All of us caught a buzz, but we caught one walleye, so it's all good. But yeah, that was fun. But then Saturday or Friday night was a little sketchy because I know we got snow down here quite a
Yep.
bit.
Yep.
Up there, it was like a mini blizzard. I mean, we were getting probably 30, 40 mile an hour winds,
Jeez.
snowing like
Yeah,
and-
a friendly person.
Yep. And at 12 o'clock at night, I decided, hey, it's time to go back across the lake. Stayed sober so I could ferry everybody one by one on an old Yamaha ZL 440. One
That's
by
crazy.
one, all the way from
You just tell me
basically
this
the-
story. This thing is nuts.
Yeah, the top of, or kind of like the northwest part of the lake. It's not the furthest you can
How many
go.
acres is this lake? You got an idea?
I don't have an
That's
idea.
enough.
It's big though. It's a pretty big lake.
Okay.
And
Good amount of trip time.
I got my cousin from from Florida, and he's about everything winter. Like you could say, hey, we have to sleep in that snowbank, and he's like, all right, let's do it. Like,
Really?
'cause
Coming
he's
from a
so
guy
used
from
to the
Florida,
South.
you know.
Right.
And so he climbs in the back. We had a trailer rigged up, and it's basically you just squat in the trailer, and I'm like, lean with me and lean forward, and we're just gonna truck across the lake. And we got out on the lake at midnight, and it was like, here's my headlights. All the drifts came in and blew all of our tracks over, and you could not see shore to shore. It's a pretty narrow lake for the most part.
Yeah.
You couldn't see shore to shore. You couldn't see the shore from either shore from the middle of the lake.
How many inches of snow do you think you guys got up there while you were there?
I would say we only probably got like 6 inches.
But
That-
it drifted.
Yeah, but it drifted and it was so windy, and it was coming down thick. And like I said, I mean, it was like a whiteout. So we ended up getting lost. So that was fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, we
Negative
took,
20-degree temperatures.
Yep.
Right. I
had
mean,
the striker suit on, so I was
Oh, you
toasty.
were
You were
good. To
good.
go. You were
So-
solid. You were solid.
I was like, I mean, if we got to sleep out on the lake, I'm like, I'm okay. But I,
mean,
don't know about you.
if we're gonna plug that right now, we can just say, just so everybody knows, all Striker apparel and Clam apparel and Strike Master apparel is on sale right now.
Yeah, all on sale and totally worth it.
So if you want to get stranded on the Butternut Lake with Zach, make sure to have your discounted clothing you
Yeah.
buy here at the Real Shop. It's all on
Definitely.
sale, so that's pretty awesome.
Right. Highly recommend it too. I mean, when I was sitting still, I had those lacrosse boots that I got with the thin slit.
Yep.
Yeah, I was sitting still the whole day. Those things were warm and toasty, like
Nice.
real good.
Which I think are also on sale.
Yep, those were on sale.
Everything's on sale.
And then
That's what we do.
yeah,
1,246 acres is Butternut, says Eric. So that's great
1,246.
information. So he's really paying attention here. Have
Right.
you fished it, Eric? I know Eric's a tournament fisherman, so that's pretty awesome. He's probably been up there and done a little bit of fishing.
yeah. It's funny how many people I meet that I'm like, oh well, Butternut Lake in Park Falls, and they go, oh yeah, by St. Croix, whatever. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, the island by the resort on the southern end. And they're like, oh yeah, I fish off that all the time, in the
Right.
crib and everything. I'm like, yeah, it's ours.
That's ours. So everybody else is catching fish.
Yeah,
up there.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Well, the funny thing is I've never seen anyone ice fish the crib that's right there and surrounded by the weeds.
Oh,
But we never do it because everyone wants to stick close to the actual heated cabin with electricity and whatnot
right.
as our base camp. So we don't really ice fish. I think next year, though, me and the guys are going to go off on our own little adventure to try and
Try to
pop some
find some
holes
stuff.
over
Right.
there. But yeah.
Take a Panoptics or something like that and see what you
Right.
can do. Get some video footage.
Do a little scouting.
Hey, just saw this Trevor's on. What's up, Trevor?
Oh yeah, I just thought I'd tune in and see the comments too. Usually I'm behind
Bye.
watching the screen, watching it, but
Right. Well, yeah, don't forget, too, we are on YouTube as well. So let's talk about some football, boys. I'm going to let you guys kind of comment here. I have been to the St. Croix shop, though. So, Eric,
I highly recommend it in the summertime fishing that lake. Tons of panfish. If you're ever up there again, tons of panfish. Great muskie fishing. I mean, actually, the muskie fishing up there is pretty ridiculous. It's a classic. It's a Class A muskie lake. Last year we got a 43-inch muskie on a tip up randomly.
Really?
And yeah, so we just pulled it up, popped the hook, stabbed a pick, put it back.
Right.
But it was there's good fish up there. I mean, I fished. I was trying to find bass in the lake that I think the DNR is lying. I didn't see any bass. But every time I threw frogs into the pads, I had either a big pike or big muskie each time
Just
come up
come
and
up.
just try to demolish it.
Toothy critters.
There's no bass in that lake. It sounds like a lake I would have picked for head-to-head fishing.
Make it a real challenge.
There's a bass in there? Oh, sure, there's bass there.
Hey,
Let's go fish
DNR
it.
says that there's bass in there. There's
Right.
got to be some
Right,
bass
it's on
in
the
there.
info.
It says common. Now I did. So for me, I'm a little different when it comes to fish and stuff and wildlife. So
Yep.
I actually went. I got real bored last year on not real bored, but just I got adventurous and I stopped fishing for perch because I absolutely put the hammer on them. And I'm like, all right, we have enough to feed the family. I'm like, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
So started panning around. I found fry, like largemouth fry. I found their fry, but I cannot for the life of me find bass.
You're just
Of
looking
full size
for
in
them
that lake.
supersized.
Yeah,
not
like,
fried.
I don't want them this big.
Right. You want them actually
I was microfishing with my hands.
2-pound minimum or so.
Right.
Well, that's pretty. Sounds like a pretty good time up there, though. At
Oh, yeah.
least you had a couple of sudsy beers or what?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here's Tony. What's up,
Hi, Tony.
So,
Yeah.
what'd you do this week? Anything fun?
Worked.
That boy.
Yeah, worked at
Worked-
Weiser Science Museum.
Worked at filming some football games.
No, that's over for right now. But,
All right. Well, we got to get into it. I mean, seriously. Let's
So-
just.
We're putting out a watch list for the Green Bay Packers. We're not sure where they went.
Yeah.
But we'd like to find them. They're probably cold.
You know.
Bring 'em inside.
So obviously they had a tough game yesterday, right? It's not a lie, but I mean, who expected them to make it that far this season, anyways?
Nobody.
Honestly, my grandma literally gave up on the Packers. She goes, "Hey, we made it another week, but I don't have any big aspirations for them to make it."
Right.
But
I mean, new coaching, new
Right.
everything this
That-
year. For them to make it that far,
Yeah.
it shocked everybody. Yeah, but as Packer fans, we're all still disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I put it. I'm like,
Well, I'm a Saints fan, but I was more disappointed
right,
beforehand.
right,
so
right.
at least you guys made it farther than my team. So
Right. I mean, what? Let's just have everybody else's comments on this.
because I think we were 14-4,
13-3.
13-3.
That's
It's
why
a great
I'm here.
season.
Yeah, no, we
You
did a
look
great
at it,
season.
it's a great season.
Like,
You're
we
one game
lost
away
it.
from the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they also said Mike McCarthy's last records were 7-9 2 years ago, 6-9 or something like that this last year, and then you get LaFleur coming in.
Yep.
13-3 goes to the
high school
NFC
coach going hard in
Championship.
the paint.
Yeah.
But like,
It's a turnaround. I
It's
think
Yeah.
huge.
I think there's plenty to be done,
Yep.
but I mean it's a good start as a first-year coach.
first year coach, because he wasn't a head coach of any team before he got signed to the Packers.
No,
right?
No.
he
was,
actually was helping in San Francisco, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
That was
Yeah.
the part of, if you paid attention to the game,
Yeah,
that
they-
was a
they
big
were showing
comment
the-
all the time.
right.
They were showing
'Cause
the two guys.
If I'm not mistaken, his brother still is with San Francisco, like coaching or something like that.
Not sure.
Look it up. It's worth a Google.
Right.
But
I think that when you think about it game by game, I mean, everyone says, oh, they haven't been playing themselves this year, but then they've been winning. So that was great, right? They have a great record.
Yep.
And then you look at the 30 or however many other teams didn't make it to the championship round.
right.
And you got to go, okay, give them credit.
mm-hmm.
I think
Oh,
that
they
I
had a
think that-
fantastic season.
I can never say his name like the right way because I just think it's hilarious. So I always call him Matt Lefleur.
Oh,
Lefleur.
yeah.
But he always I think he came in there. He made some changes. I feel like he worked more with Rodgers than being butting heads.
Yeah, he was letting
And-
Rodgers call the plays too, because I think they
Yeah.
were saying something in the coverage afterwards or whatever. They said Rodgers came up with this play, and they thought that they should add it into the playbook or whatever, and
Right.
that was the Devontae Adams score or whatever the week against Seattle.
Oh,
so,
really?
Right. I mean, they came to this game now against one of the best teams in the league.
San Francisco's defense is
Like,
incredible. I mean,
absolutely
what are you going to
incredible.
do?
Just stuffed them.
Just
like,
what
It
you
was
can't do anything about
unstoppable.
it.
And but then you look at the way that they were playing, and I mean you see we can't even catch a return, we can't even hike a ball,
Yeah.
we can't
Yeah.
even complete
Here's-
a pass,
here's
we couldn't even throw a ball out of bounds. Like what is going on?
This-
we get how many sacks in the
This
first
is
half?
going to blow people's mind if they actually paid attention to this, and I heard this morning on the radio. San Francisco threw 8 times during that game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
8
because
times.
I saw it because
And yet our defensive formation would come out waiting for a pass.
Right.
How many times in a row?
8 times.
they
gonna do it.
even once they got up like what 34-10 or something like that or whatever, they said Blaine or what's the quarterback? Garoppolo. Why am I thinking Blaine
Garoppolo.
Gabbert?
Come on, you're supposed to be.
I know.
Football names.
Garoppolo, they're just like, hand it off. You're not passing. You're not doing nothing.
He threw 8 times.
Eight times. Yeah, and then we still were trying to defend against throws.
See, he his last name looks like a bottle of wine, like a mimosa. Something with that.
Merritt.
The running back.
Yeah, Merritt.
Yeah. He just was ridiculous yesterday.
Yeah, he had 19 rushes for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's just not
220 yards rushing. Yeah. Their total offense, or for total rushing offense, was 280 yards.
Right.
He had 220 of them. That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, here, literally put the team on your back and let's
Put
go
the
play
team
some
on my
football.
back.
He needed a water break for those other 60 yards that he didn't get.
Right, he was on the sideline.
But the weirdest part about that game though was, like, I'm always known to say some weird stuff sometimes, and while they were like just completely stuffing it to us, every time they'd tackle him, like, take him out by the legs, and then next rush, I'm like, just break their arms. The dude falls. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? He's like whipping off his hands all like this. I'm like,
yeah. The other funny part about that was that he hurt his elbow, but he needed a cart right off.
No, that's exactly. They're like, they got a cart. I'm like,
but
that's not
his
walking
feet
on all
are good,
fours?
his ankles are good, his legs are good. It's his elbow.
Yeah.
It's precaution. When you get paid that much money, they don't want to.
They're taking out.
Are
his
you
paycheck.
talking about Jair Alexander?
No, the one guy on the 49ers that like broke his elbow or something.
I missed that play. What's up, Tony? Tony, how do you think the game went yesterday? So I mean, all in all, we wish we all would have won, but I think it would have. Right. We had a hell of a year.
Oh,
yeah. Got a great base to go off of for next year, and if we can get that far on the first year, coach.
I'm not mad at the Packers, okay? I'm just disappointed.
like every other. And then you go to the flip side of it, and you watch that Kansas City Titans
game. Yeah.
I mean, they were down by 10 points at one half.
Tennessee went up 10-0 right away against Kansas City. I'm like, remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
And, then Kansas City just did exactly what they did to the Texans the week before and just came back and smoked them.
I think it's going to be a really good Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Number 1 versus a number 2 seed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think you're going to see some awesome plays, and then, Kansas City's not afraid to pull out some trickery either. You know?
No. Mm-mm.
So I will always now remember the Titans knocking the Patriots out the way they did.
That was the
biggest kick.
All in all, whoever season, however Packer season comes to an end, you just got to think about it. Tom Brady is now a free agent. Reports is that he sold his mansion, so it looks like he's going somewhere else, and his last play at Foxborough will be a pick 6.
Sounds like Brett Favre.
Tom Brady's going to the Vikings.
Brett Favre's known for throwing pick 6s to end his career. The one in Minnesota wasn't a pick 6, but he threw a pick. The end.
Against the Saints. So
yeah, you Saints. I'm still getting. Tony says we didn't play to win the first half. We show up in this first half, and it would have been a game. No, I agree, and that's what we were talking about before we went live here.
Well, I will always talk about this because I don't know a lot about football, but it makes me a little bit more observant to try and figure out what these guys are doing on the field. And I don't care who disagrees with me. Every time you watch the Packers play, it looks like it's 1952 and everyone else is living in now. Like, the other teams look athletic. They look professional. Yeah. Like, when you watch them line up at the line, you've got guys ready to pounce on one side, and then you got the Packers just kind of like, all right, what are we doing, boys?
What's the game plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
But they did good, and it worked this year.
Their defense was incrable this year. I mean, it would just start this season.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith
the
was
Smith brothers.
Right. Yeah,
even though they're not brothers, they're awesome.
You can call them brothers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it was all in all. I'm just gonna end it with I thought it was an impressive season. They played really, really well, and I'm excited for what they're gonna bring to the table for next year.
I think they figured out some holes. They figured out how to fill them throughout the year.
Yep.
And now it's just all right. Now we have time to improve on it, so we can come back next year and actually be prepared.
The only thing I'll say is I'm not sure if Rodgers just wasn't in it this year or if there were bad routes by the receivers, but the timing between him and the receivers looked off quite a bit.
They're off.
Throws that Rodgers would normally make, he didn't make this year. But
he threw it short a couple times too.
Yeah. Well, even the game before, Graham had to go out and make some plays for us, which I get it. You make millions of dollars. You should catch a damn ball when it's thrown to you, no matter how it is.
Oh, yeah.
But Graham had to save Rodgers' ass a little bit, and now I mean, it just didn't. So I don't know. Anyways, it was interesting. Should be a good, fun Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm watching J-Lo and Shakira. That's what I'm gonna watch.
I didn't know those two actually still existed, to be honest.
No? Oh my God.
The question becomes, who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? KC?
I like Mahomes. I like
KC.
Mahomes.
I'll go with KC for the Super Bowl.
Garoppolo is pretty freaking good though.
You know, anything to beat an NFC team. I know AFC always usually wins it or wherever with the Patriots, but I'd like to see Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know,
50 years since they've been there.
well, hey, this could be their year.
And Mahomes taking them there in 3 years. Think about that crap. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Honestly, I think he would have gone last year. I mean, last year the Super Bowl everyone wanted to see was KC versus Saints,
Yep.
and sad that Mahomes didn't even get a crack at it in overtime or whatever, just due to the rules of the NFL or whatever. But I think Kansas City could have gone last year, and obviously with the whole Saints pass interference thing, I think
Yeah.
that would have been the game. But
stupid Saints.
yeah,
Insane
I just
fan.
it's year after year. Minnesota Miracle, the pass interference call, and next season. Hey, I'm looking forward to XFL coming up February 4th, 2 days after the
XFL's
Super.
coming back.
Yep,
Oh, that's
2 days after the Super Bowl.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys aren't excited for the Masked Singer that's coming back out too? Right after this? No.
No, you watch that, man. You get
No, the other thing.
No thanks. I'm gonna watch the Bucks.
this weekend was the McGregor fight.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
get a
that's
chance
right.
I
to
didn't
win
watch it, but 40 seconds
40 seconds.
lasted longer than. I mean, what?
Zach, 40 seconds is a long time.
I know. That's an eternity.
Yeah.
It's still not as bad as there was a fight like last year. It was
Just one?
Mayweather?
It was the
Mayweather Pacquiao fight. Is that what his
No,
name is?
there was one where Mayweather went overseas to go like box with, I think it was like Koreans or something like that. It was like this like travel fight, and he was in this fight. And if you get the chance to watch it, I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Well, you'll have to figure it out so people know what they should try to watch.
I'll put it in the comments after I find it.
Yeah.
But they had he was like dancing in the ring, just laughing at this guy.
Mayweather was?
Yeah, like just laughing at the guy. He didn't land a single hit. And Mayweather just like let him kind of just dodge around a little bit, and in one hit just knocked him out.
Was it like in 2018 that it happened?
I think so.
It was Floyd Mayweather versus Tenshin Nasukawa. I don't know.
Maybe it was Japanese.
Yes,
But-
I don't know.
I was confused, but hey, it was crazy. But then Conor McGregor and that Dan Bilzerian, dude with all that money on Instagram.
Big poker
He
guy.
apparently put 1.2 million on Cowboy because he's a cowboy,
Yeah.
and lost in 40 seconds. 40 seconds and $1.2 million out.
It's okay. He's got a lot of money. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Well, somebody was telling me that McGregor was making $80 million off this fight.
Cheapers.
He makes out
One
pretty good.
fight.
One fight, dude. $80
And that's
million.
more than like 90% of the contracts in the NFL for like 3 or 4 years.
Right. One fight.
One fight.
But yeah, he
But
fights like once every other year now.
So-
Like,
Yeah, he gets suspended every other year. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Well, if I made $80 million, I'd probably get suspended too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd just go crazy for
Right.
a while. But yeah, I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to find it here. Now that the fight's over,
Right.
you don't have to pay per view to watch it. But
Oh yeah.
then
So-
we got the Bucks quick too.
oh yeah, what they
Bucks,
do?
Bucks Nets.
I watched that
up-
game on
They're
Saturday.
up
yeah.
20 at the end, like
Yeah,
always.
they're
Giannis
good.
just kind of
Best record in the NBA
right now, and they've got
38-4, I think. 38-6, something like
You
that.
know,
I
I
think
don't
they're
follow
like-
basketball as much as I do
I
football.
want to say
but
they have like the second best. They're like, if they would have won a couple more games earlier on in the season, like they were in the running to have the best record ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't had the title. They
Real
won the title
deal.
like 6 years into being the Bucks with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Yeah.
and then they never had a flying freaking chance to get it ever again. And then Giannis comes out of his shell and just
He's a freak.
he
Literally
is a
a
freak.
Greek freak.
Like he is an absolute
He's
freak.
awesome.
But if you watch the team work together,
Yep.
they have such a perfect chemistry
Yep.
from like the locker room to the court. It's
Yep.
just ridiculous.
They're a good core of guys, and they
Yep.
play well together.
Definitely.
I also watched some of the Lakers and the Rockets play. It's crazy the scores in the NBA now. If anybody really pays attention, like I don't get the chance to watch as much football, basketball, all that kind of stuff anymore. But that it's just the scores are every game was well over 100 points.
yeah.
a
I
game.
know.
It's because they live and die by the 3 ball.
Yeah,
it's
that's
nuts.
get Harden in there, taking the most.
Get what?
Yeah,
Get hard.
Yep, I said it.
Oh, get Harden.
Harden, yes.
Harden.
Yeah, but you get him in there, and he just takes the weirdest threes in the world and sinks them.
Yeah, he did
And
that.
it's just
He
like,
did that
what?
one where he stepped forward
Yeah,
and the dude just like fell back on his butt, and then he just looked at him for
back.
2 seconds,
Drained it.
shot the three.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
That dude's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's pretty
But
incredible.
then when I'm at the gym, they always have the sports channel on, and they have usually college basketball around midday. And then you're watching like third quarter, 35 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you go and watch the NBA, and you're like third quarter, 75,
Because in
90,
college, they
like,
still have to play the game of basketball. They still
Right.
have to play defense. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
we talk about Harden scoring so much, but the guy doesn't play defense to save his life.
No.
Yeah.
And everything is an act now in the NBA. I'm a basketball fan. I like watching basketball, no matter if it's high school, college, or pros.
Right.
But it's getting ridiculous. Like, you can't even touch a guy now on a shot attempt
Nope.
without it being
Yeah.
a foul.
Absolutely.
And it's a mode to get to the free throw line now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we got Tony's listed. It is. He agrees.
He
Like,
agrees.
it
See,
is.
and I
Like,
find it
if you
interesting
barely
because-
graze, and if you watch that game, any of the games recently, you just graze their
Yeah.
hand and they flop.
No,
they fall
absolutely.
to the ground.
The other
Go
the other
ahead.
thing is like, I've always seen it or whatever, when they're going up for a shot, like the shooter will be able to stay standing, but the other guy's back on his butt, and then he gets called for the penalty
Right.
for the foul.
I was surprised though. There was a lot of offensive charges called in that Lakers Rockets game.
Sure.
Like, you normally don't see that
No.
happen very often,
Not a whole lot of
especially in
charges.
the NBA. Like, you don't see. First of all, you don't see these guys taking charges.
No.
Right.
Second of all, that's a hard call to make because
Yeah.
that defensive player has to be, stand as still can be. But
Right.
I think in the second half there was like 4 offensive charges almost called back to back to back, which is it's just unheard of nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like calling a travel in the NBA. It's just something that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's multiple times where you're watching, like, well, that was a travel.
Right.
That was a
I
travel.
think it's like the 5-step rule. They get at least 5 steps
Yeah.
to travel before they call it a travel.
It's you get 2 to 5 maybe, depending on what the
We'll
play
watch
looks like.
Giannis make some crazy Euro step and then
Yeah.
twist around without having the ball touch one time. You're like,
Right.
no one.
A guy
No,
like
but-
Giannis can dribble up
But
the
then I'm
court.
also like, just let him do it because this is
Yeah,
great,
'cause
right?
it's cool,
he
yeah.
moves.
If
That
it
dude
makes
moves.
if it makes a highlight reel, it's okay to call
Yeah.
it travel,
Mm-hmm.
but you better make a highlight reel. What's up? Austin Gates is joining. So we're just kind of chatting over the weekend here. Zach went up fishing, got stranded on a lake. Trevor worked. I was in the gym. I not working out, of course. That's just something I don't
Why would
do.
you do that?
I had to coach my daughter's team on Saturday.
How'd they do?
We did we had a split.
Okay.
We beat our first team, obviously, and then we lost to our second team. It was kind of our rival. It's Almond Bancroft who is coached incredibly well. The girls, these are 6th grade girls, play basketball to win, and what I mean by that is they straight hustle. My girls are super intimidated by it, and it's kind of like I don't know how to boost them up. I'm like, girls, like, you got to just play basketball. You got to go play hard. Like, that's all you have
Yeah.
to do.
Right.
And as soon as they step on the court, it's just they just lose focus. They just can't. And some of the girls for this Almond team are pretty big, but we are in practice. We try to make them box us out, to go get
Yeah.
a rebound. They're like, if you can box out myself and this other guy,
And you can
coach
get
with,
anyone.
it's 6'5".
Yeah.
I'm like, if you can box us out, there's no. But they just forget. But they play hard for the most part. So we split a game and then watched basketball the rest of the night, and then Sunday was just pretty much spent watching some foosball, cleaning up after all the snow we got out there. But so ice conditions, we can kind of skip ahead here. Ice conditions, I think, for most people, besides anybody that's interested in fishing Lake Winnebago, ice is pretty decent
Yeah.
throughout the state.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard that Winnebago was like told to stay off or whatever.
Yeah,
just
it's not even.
completely.
Well,
I'm
Mark,
wondering how Sturgeon Spearing's gonna go.
well, think about that, and think about the fact that we have Battle on Bago coming
Yeah,
up
Battle
here
on Bago too.
in less than a month. I think it's like a month from like today, or a month from
right.
We
next
just got to
couple
get
days.
cold temperatures for like
cold-
just straight weeks and no snow. That's the thing.
We also have to have hardly any wind. I mean,
Yeah.
the wind is notorious for breaking up the ice.
Yep.
Well, Mark lives on the west shore, and he said he's got 3 inches, and they're just urging people not to go towards
Yeah.
Lake Winnebago. So
There's some
thankful-
diehard fishermen that'll
and
go
there-
out there.
well,
Yep.
Lake's out by me. Poigan. I guess they were driving on Poigan this
Oh,
weekend.
jeez.
So there's 10+ inches out on Poigan, which is plenty enough ice. It's just the inconsistency of the ice because
Yeah.
there's help me out. What are those things?
I don't know what you're.
Springs.
Springs.
God
Okay.
damn.
They're called
I didn't know
springs.
what
Hey,
you're
there's
going for.
springs. There's springs out there. There's cracks that are ever
Yeah.
moving. Nick says, I think that the Bago will be solid enough soon. I've been out there, and it has been a lot of good ice at spots I've seen. So that's from Nick.
Yeah, but it just varies or whatever. Because like a couple weeks ago, I was going like before we had all the 50-degree weather. I was going out by the locks in Menasha, and you could go 5 feet out this way, and it's 8 inches here, and then you go 5 feet this way, and it's 3 inches there, and it's just you never know.
So, because of that, that's why because of the inconsistency in the weather, and people are just not ice fishing. I mean, it doesn't make we're blowing stuff out here.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've hit 7th ice.
It's time.
Are we in 7th ice now?
Yeah,
or
it's time.
what?
It's called throw the towel in. So I mean, basically everything ice fishing, I think besides lures, and Justin's not here today, but I'm just gonna say this is on sale.
Yeah.
And it's going to be priced to move here shortly. So, I mean,
you could almost go open water fishing right now.
you could.
Yeah.
You definitely could.
Take the boat out.
I drive by the Wolf River almost every day, and the Wolf River is open.
Wide open.
Wide open. Doesn't mean their fish are biting there, but it's open.
Yeah.
Right. You can give it a try.
You can try it. Hey,
There's
can
times
always
the
try.
fish aren't
Try.
biting in the summer or the
It's worth a
spring
try.
either.
That's true.
So that means, so what do those products include? Well, let's just break it down. So electronics.
Electronics, yeah. We don't usually do electronic sales either, so that's a big
That's
deal.
a big deal.
No, so electronics are on sale. We're starting at 10%. Those prices might
Yeah.
dip here a little bit sooner than what you're thinking.
Ice bibs.
Yep. So
And jackets.
all apparel for the most part is marked down.
Yep, and all the apparel that we have is awesome.
Yeah.
Too. I mean,
It's all
like, depending on-
flotation. The biggest thing about
Yep.
it is every suit that we carry from 3 different manufacturers is a float suit. Whether you go Clam, Strike Master, or Striker, it's all float.
Yeah,
There's-
and see, I like that because I personally don't like ice fishing. I don't like
Yeah.
ice. I'm not a fan of ice. I just hate it.
If
Unless
I
it's-
had money, I'd buy it, but I don't have money because I'm a college kid.
Yeah.
So I wear the good old fashioned, life vest out there.
Right.
Because
Well, that's
again,
smart.
I'm just like you,
Smart.
and you never know when you're gonna go
Well,
through.
just like Nick says here, the ice conditions are going to vary depending on where you go. So just because we're almost into February, which is crazy to think about it, normally by this time of year there's 12+ inches of ice all over the place.
and that's standard.
Mhm.
At this time last year on Butternut, we were at like 26 plus.
Wow.
Like it was bad. Like we almost needed extensions on everything because it was like you get to the bottom and your auger's in the hole.
Yep. Yep.
But now I'd say this is almost just kind of regular, but it just hasn't been consistent all year.
no.
I'm telling you, man, the poles are shifting and seasons are getting pushed
Oh,
back.
don't get Zach into this conspiracy type stuff.
Tune in next week on I don't even know.
Tune in next weekend. Yeah, what is okay, and then so auger accessories, which we still have a pretty good assortment of augers. We have a lot of drill adapter augers still left,
Which are awesome too. You get
Yeah,
yourself a nice
phenomenal.
drill and
which most people have.
yeah, you already got
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
So
Shacks are going to be really trying to drop off
Yeah.
the bottom here.
Ice
Some of
fishing
these-
combos.
Ice fishing combos, rod
I
reels.
told my buddy because he broke my ice fishing pole over the summer. I said, get in here. I said, because it'll be cheaper
right
than what you really broke
Smart.
it for. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
So there's just stuff. So if you are still holding on to some good ice, which we could definitely get some good ice yet, but
The rate it's going. We might
Wait
be
till
ice
wait
fishing
till
in
that
June.
April time range, and we'll get like 26 inches of
Right.
snow again or whatever,
yeah.
and just
we don't need snow. We need ice.
well, yeah, I know, but like all the
It'll be
cold
cold,
temperatures
yeah.
start to
It's
hit
cold
just
temps.
before springtime or whatever, not
Yep.
during the actual winter season.
Yep. And on a different note, as far as sales, Steve just brought some paperwork to my desk here before the show. I came up, and he's going to be running some sales on some firearms, so we'll get those posted on some social media stuff. Ooh, somebody's cutting some arrows. Sounds good. Otherwise, I think it's just a fun weekend. Upcoming stuff for everybody. I don't know. What do we got? Anything good?
I got a nice fishing trip coming up this weekend.
Where are you going?
Wassa. I have no clue where I'm going.
Yeah.
My buddy, I was going with my old scout troop, and my scoutmaster's like, my guide knows where we're going or whatever. He goes, I don't think it's safe enough to drive the truck out there, but we'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I wasn't going to drive my truck out there to begin with. I said,
Right.
I still got a loan on that thing.
Yeah, I'll walk.
So-
I'll walk the
But
bank.
hopefully that'll go good or whatever, and we're going to go out with the scouts and just do a little jigging and some tip-up fishing and stuff, so I'll have to stop in here and
Yeah,
grab a
stock
couple
up. Sweet.
little baits and stuff. So
Shit, are you gonna film any of it?
I'm going to try. I don't know what the whole Boy Scouts film policy is or
That's
whatever.
true. Good point.
I'll probably just film myself or whatever. But
Yeah.
every time I want to go out, I always want to make a little video or whatever because I have my YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, so what is that? Where can people find you?
It is the greatest Wisco outdoorsman.
How'd you come up with that name?
Honestly, I have no clue because I'm not great at anything. So it was just kind of on the fly. Honestly, I started my channel up. I went to go fishing down at Menasha Dam or whatever, and I was named Dam Fishing Guy. Like, damn fishing guy.
Damn.
But, like, you know, a
Yeah.
dam.
Yeah,
But, yeah, that didn't stick well with it or whatever. So I just came up with the greatest Wisco outdoorsman. And,
So is that your handle for all your social media stuff?
yeah, Instagram is Wisco Outdoorsman. Otherwise, it's just the greatest Wisco Outdoorsman. Look it up
Yep.
on YouTube or whatever. So,
What
I
kind
don't know,
of
little plug.
Well, yeah, well, that's what we got you on here for. You got to help
Yeah.
each other out.
38 subscribers.
It's almost as
More than I got.
it's almost like the real shot.
I think I've
Yeah.
got like 12.
No.
On your YouTube channel? Nice.
Yeah, but just basically anything outdoors.
Are you on TikTok, may I ask?
No, I got rid of I got rid of all social media, and Zach knows this too or whatever, but I got rid of all social media except for my, YouTube accounts or whatever, just because I was tired of all the clutter and stuff and wasting my life scrolling through
But
TikTok and
you
stuff.
say that, but you have Instagram?
Yes, but I
So you got rid
Instagram
of-
doesn't count.
Oh,
Instagram,
no,
you gotta
no,
keep the
but I
Instagram.
follow like 9 people on Instagram and only got like 13 friends on Facebook or whatever because I'm just like, I'm tired of scrolling through everyone's clutter or whatever. So I don't know.
I took a good break off Facebook for a little while there.
And-
But
and
I'm
it's
like,
a
man, I need to get back to those political posts.
You took like a
nice.
week off.
It was a good week.
It's
How long
nice,
is a
though.
typical vacation? Okay,
yeah,
it's like a
7
week.
days.
It's nice to just get away from it because when I went with Boy Scouts and we were hiking or whatever, we didn't have any electronics or cell service. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so peaceful. I don't have to look at everyone's Facebook updates.
Yep.
So
That's how I felt this weekend when my primary means of communication was like text messaging. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a first for like the last 2
Yeah.
years.
Right.
yeah,
Like I'm
Yeah.
actually getting like use out of my SMS.
Yeah.
Normally, when you and I talk, even through the store, it's all through Facebook.
Yeah.
yeah,
Messenger.
exactly. I
I'm like,
barely
what-
text
I'm,
anymore.
I'm so retro. I send text messages. Zach is like sending me Facebook messages all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do that. It's just weird that we're messaging when we're
Like
100
next to
feet
each other?
away, tops. So it's crazy.
It's funny though. It's funny because if you notice, when we're 100 feet away, or at home, it's Facebook. But when we're cubicle to cubicle, it's Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts.
Like why does the distance
don't know.
correlate?
It is weird.
Stick with one.
Stick with one. It's just whatever.
It's
Most of the
convenient
time,
though.
you have-
Plus, we got headphones on, or I got headphones on when I'm editing. Or
yeah,
listening to music, and it's like, huh?
yeah.
yeah,
One more
when you-
time.
Yeah,
What?
say it again. Okay, say it again. Say it again. All right. Well, let's just call this one an episode here. It's 12:40. We have more and more stuff to finish for head-to-head fishing.
Lots of stuff coming out.
Oh my God, so many things, so many more activities that.
Well, it's funny because you start to do it,
yeah.
and then you think it's simple. You're like, all right, we're just gonna make up rules. We're just gonna make up this.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick some lakes, and then we're done. Now
You
we can
guys-
just let people fish it.
You guys
And then
did
you
the
gotta
two.
go-
You guys did the 2 events or whatever last year, and it was like it was amazing that you put those 2 things together. And then you guys go to 64 anglers in a matter of a month of thinking about that. That's just
Yeah.
Well, technically, we're at 128 anglers. Think
Yeah,
about
with the March event.
oh okay.
So yeah, there's the March event first. That's 16.
Well, no, I'm talking. I'm doing walleye and bass.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
together or
but
whatever.
with the March event, right?
Yeah, so then you'd add it. So then that actually would add even more. You'd add 16 to 100 and what did I say?
Right, because it's
128?
64 per side, so it's
So
64
120.
walleye.
Would you like a
60
calculator?
130.
16 to what? 16 plus
So
what?
you got to
more
add
than that.
64 to 64,
Hang on.
and
It's
then
128,
16.
bro. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yes,
Understand,
there's
so
64 on the
130.
walleye side. So we're gonna be making some announcements here, but
140.
there's some 64 on the walleye side, plus 16 for the March kickoff.
Yep.
The head-to-head to pier, and then there's 64 on the bass side, and we're working with the state of Minnesota to try to make sure we're legal beagle in that state. Wisconsin's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Minnesota just has a little different regulations
Yeah.
than what.
And I've fished up there before too. They just got their own little, stuff.
It wouldn't be an issue if you didn't have to be a Minnesota resident to apply.
Yeah. That's
That's
the
kinda
thing
weird.
I just hate, when you go different states or whatever fishing. I mean, I understand that you're using their fishery and stuff like that, but they got all these different rules that are, the same or whatever.
Right.
And you
I just
gotta
think
pay
there should
like
be a
$60.
federal fishing license. Just give me
Yeah.
give me the option to buy a federal fishing license.
Yeah.
you know,
Would
or
you
at least
do
have
it?
a coalition.
If they were going to charge you like $500, you'd buy a federal fishing license?
For a
For a
1
lifetime?
year? For a lifetime, I'd do it. I would spend $500 for a lifetime federal fishing pass.
It pays out in the end.
Oh, I know.
If you think about
I'm
it.
just, but it's
Yeah.
just like anything else. I mean, you break down to $500
Because if
an
I break
hour.
it down, if I go down to my cousins in Florida and I want to go fishing, well,
Yeah.
now I got to spend another $20 for a
Oh,
3-day pass.
but you mean it's okay?
Like
I
a
missed
federal,
the part.
like-
yeah, federally, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
Or
sleeping
when I'm
you
going
mentioned
out
that
west
part.
to
And
South
I just
Dakota,
went
like,
fishing
man.
down in Florida. It's like $30 for like a day
Yeah.
to go fishing there. So
Yeah. That's
we
ridiculous.
didn't buy any fishing licenses.
What?
Yeah,
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
You just admitted that in front of our
On
billions
live
of subscribers?
It's okay. I'm not going back down to Florida anytime
Yeah,
soon.
they're gonna come up here and find you,
Oh, that's
bro.
all good.
Jeez.
Got a warrant now.
It's all good.
Warrant.
I just threw all the fish back or whatever. Just little pinfish and stuff. And
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
So you can find that on your YouTube channel.
yes, you can. Yes,
right?
I just finished I just finished editing at 4:00 in the morning, like 2 days ago. So, yeah. it's
So
up
now, what? Okay, let me just ask you a serious question here. So there's a lot of people that do what you do, right? Some
Mhm.
fish and
Yep.
put it on
there.
YouTube.
A lot of Googans.
What the heck are you gonna do differently to get your subscribes up?
I have yet to figure that out, Matt. But honestly, I'm trying to bring a real world aspect to
Yeah.
it. Just
And I'm
small-
not trying to put you on the
Oh
spot.
no,
I mean,
no.
That's,
I-
you're
and-
competing against everybody else.
And
I mean.
absolutely, and that's where I'm trying to figure out. Like, I mean, you have the big fishing names or whatever. It's the Googans, and you guys sell all their products in your store, like Alex Perrick, John B. Lunkers.
You're a big Alex Perrick fan, are you?
I am.
Why?
I dressed up as him for
Why?
for
Why?
Halloween.
Why is it that guy?
Because he is. I think he's 22 or 23, so he's like right in the same age frame as me. He grew up in Chicago, and he's just a dumb kid, just like me. I mean, the kid catches fish on lettuce, a 4-pound smallmouth on lettuce.
Out of a pond.
No, out of a I don't know where he was, but he
Storm
big
drain.
big lake. No, that's what John B does. He catches fish out of storm drains and stuff. But no, he catches fish on lettuce. So this year as Halloween, I dressed up as Alex Perrick with a piece of lettuce. So Alex, if you're listening, I still want that ice fishing trip because he actually said that he'd go ice fishing with me because I dressed up as him or whatever. So
Really? So he saw your post?
he did, yeah. And I texted him, I'm like, this can't be Alex Perrick. He texted me a picture and a selfie of him with his little mustache. I'm like, holy crap, I'm actually talking to Alex Perrick.
Nice. So
And
you were pretty stoked about that.
I was, and now I've lost contact with him. So
Like you don't have his number
You got
anymore?
ghosted, bro.
I think so. That's what I think. Yeah, yeah. I keep telling Frostbite his company or whatever, just to try to get in contact with him, but I don't know. But either way,
He's
it
a
was
real
still
big
cool.
deal.
He is a
Real-
big deal. That's 600,000 subscribers. So
Just on YouTube alone?
just on YouTube,
Holy
yeah. A
shnikes.
lot of those guys have got about 1 million subscribers, so it's crazy. But I mean, those are like the big fishing guys' names, and to try
Right.
to get into that world or whatever, and just trying to start, you got to start somewhere.
Right. No, I get
and
it.
and you got to just try to make your content the best as possible. But the thing is when you don't catch fish and you go out filming for a whole day, you don't catch fish or you don't have a lot of content, you can't make a video.
Right.
So that's where I run into. I got to become a better fisherman first, and I got to get more content.
Well, there
to
you
make
go.
a good
Best
video.
thing to do is to run a GoPro and just go do your thing and not try
Yep.
to make a video.
Yeah.
And that's what
and
I do.
just
I
let
just
weird stuff happen so you
So-
can build a following of here's
Yep.
the weird
That
stuff
should be your
Let it run.
premise right there. Is like, dude, I don't know how to fish, but I'm going to do everything I can to learn to
Yep.
fish. And
Yeah.
you're going to join along and you're going to watch me do it.
watch me
Right.
fail. a
Whether
lot,
you
but
care or you don't care, I'm going to go through the struggles and to catch fish. It's just like listening to us trying to talk about football earlier, like, right? We kind of sound like we know what we're talking about, but we really don't.
Put us on the
Yeah.
field once.
Put us on the field. Yeah.
How much we
And-
know real quick.
That's what I always say. I could play these games. I could just never coach them. And here I'm coaching, so I feel bad for the kids that I'm helping, But I think that's how you should go with it, and that's what should be your staple. Like,
yeah.
and it's not a dig on you.
Oh,
It's
no,
like,
no,
I'm
no.
learning as we go.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn with me,
Yep.
don't be afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Oh
to
no,
fish.
I suck at fishing. I mean, literally
Well,
last year was.
and there's a lot of pros that suck at fishing on days
Well,
too. You got to
that's
remember
true.
it that
Yep.
way.
Yeah. I mean, I
It's-
was just happy last year that I caught my first largemouth ever.
There
It
you
was
go.
about 8 inches long.
Hey.
So
Like you said, you got to start someplace.
you got to start somewhere.
Right.
So.
And I mean, it's easy to watch YouTube and think that it's
Right.
those guys know exactly how to
Yeah.
do it, but
You
yeah,
just got to go out and do it is what it
Yeah.
comes
I think
down to.
if
know?
you
So-
haven't done an intro style video to your page yet, I think you should do an intro style video. say, hey, I'm going to try to learn. You can learn with me.
We'll see what happens.
Do it. Most YouTubers drop in the comments what kind of things you want to learn.
Yeah,
and
I say that every time, and
you got
I
it,
get
right?
I get 0 comments.
Yeah.
So
well,
start commenting.
It takes one video,
Yep,
right?
one viral video.
You could get a fish bra picture. You could do a fish bra picture, right? We've seen plenty of people blow up because of fish bra pictures. And if you don't know what those are, you should probably look at them on Instagram.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great. I mean, I'm not saying like
They're all fishing. They're all fishing off the coast of Instagram Island.
right. Just I wish I was the mayor of Instagram Island sometimes. But no, I like where you're going with it. I think you got some pretty good potential to do something great, and
we're just gonna see where it goes. It's not like I'm dropping out of college or whatever to pursue YouTube or whatever. But I don't know, just a little side hobby, and I love to fish, hunt, snowmobile, jet ski, anything outdoors. And if I can make a video out of it, why not? And just you
got to put fishing together with a jet ski. Somehow do a video series doing that.
Yeah. See, but I stand up jet ski, so it's like one hand on and one hand
troll.
off. Yeah.
Can you
troll it? You could troll
by
yeah.
your jet ski.
Yeah, I could. Try
See
that.
how fast you can go before you stop catching fish.
New video idea there.
There it is.
There you go.
Bowfish off your
I
your
could
jet
try.
ski.
Yeah. I did just get a bow fishing setup.
There you go. Drive down to Illinois.
Okay.
Drive your jet ski down the river, obviously in the summertime when there's jumping carp, those Asian carp, and start shooting them off your jet ski, dude.
Shoot them. They got to be midair though.
They got to be midair.
Midair.
Yeah.
Jump.
See? We'll help you. You're gonna probably want to wear a helmet and stuff, otherwise you're gonna get knocked out. But there you go, dude. We're helping you out. And then now you're gonna shadow, Zach's talents.
I know. I'm just gonna become
your
this
eagerness,
video guru.
video stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just going to create amazing stuff.
I mean, that's why I am majoring in radio, TV, and film. So,
right.
I mean.
He's got it.
Boom.
He got it. All right, cool. Well,
thanks for the plug.
Well, yeah, I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to do what a lot of people want to do and say they could do it, and they never do it.
Yeah, everyone says that they can do something, but I don't know. You just got to get out there and do it. So.
Right. Can't be afraid. It's like trying to go live on Facebook. We had this conversation last week. It's like the easiest thing to do, but yet it takes you like, okay, here we go. We got to go live now for even to talk around this stuff around the store. It's like it just takes an extra step, which you don't think is a big deal, but it can be a big deal at times. Yep. It's the thought of always being judged that shuts people down from doing this kind of thing.
Yep. Just do you.
Yep. It takes one person just like us trying to talk about football here again. I'll just go back to that. I mean, there could have been could have just
Like I don't think we have any right to talk about Packers football because of you might but like for me I'm over here like I'm spouting off stuff and I don't even know what I'm talking about. I watched
just going
like 3
along
football games this year.
trying to fit in.
Right, just trying to be cool or they try hard. So
yeah.
All right, cool. Well, don't forget everybody that we're gonna have a lot of ice fishing stuff is on sale. It's gonna only get better with the sales. We're going to start sprinkling in some firearm sales. Come in and talk to Steve, Mark, Chris, all those guys with the firearm department. They're excited here. 2020 should be a phenomenal year for the firearms. Trigger Talk tomorrow at 9 o'clock with Steve and Mark and myself, and Zach is here as well. Again, not sure what Steve's going to talk about. Plus, we're going to have a new podcast here starting in the month of February. We'll make some announcements on that one. So that's all pretty exciting stuff here. Coming up with some content. We've always talked about that. That's happening here too with Fix. So it's exciting time for 2020 plus getting rolling.
Lots of stuff coming.
Head to head, it's going to happen. So on that note, let's go back to work, Zach.
Let's do it.
And we'll talk to everybody later. We'll see you, for the most part, we'll see people here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for Trigger Talk Live.